This Ben Simmons situation has been very interesting, as Ben Simmons has made it clear that he only wants to be traded to 2 teams, and I'm going to be revealing those 2 teams in this video and what I think about that situation. Of course, before I get into the content, guys, could leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on post notifications. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. Now, for someone that shrunk under the pressure in the NBA playoffs and played really terribly, you would think that Ben Simmons wouldn't have that much of a position when it came to this trade situation. Yet, Ben Simmons told the Philadelphia 76ers that he wants to be traded to either the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I mean, those are 2 definitely teams that I didn't really see he would actually get traded to. Minnesota seemed like it was possible, but I didn't think it would actually go through. And Cleveland is like, why the fuck would you want to go to Cleveland? No one wants to go to Cleveland. Ask Joakim Noah.
Do you like it? You think Cleveland's cool? I mean, I never heard anybody say I'm going to Cleveland on vacation. What's so good about Cleveland?
Nothing. There is absolutely nothing in Cleveland, whether we're talking about the really shitty city or the really shitty basketball team or the mostly really shitty football team, which somehow at the time of recording this, they're beating the Chiefs by 12, which is honestly crazy to me. But regardless, I can't think of a real good situation on why Ben Simmons would even want to consider Cleveland. I mean, unless he wants to be the superstar there, which I could really be seeing, because Ben Simmons on that team would easily be the superstar. Even though they did just draft Evan Mobley, there's no doubt in my mind that Ben Simmons would be leading in every single statistic. But other than that, I can't think of any good reason. Like, no one wants to go to Cleveland. Honestly, it's probably going to take a good 3 years for Cleveland to get back to where they want to, like at least making the playoffs every other year. But that's about it. Like, it's going to take a minute. They're going to need to get some free agents. And I know they did just get some guys like, oh, they re-signed Jarrett Allen, they picked up Taco Fall, and they could create this really tall lineup, but it's completely useless, especially because Kevin Love is getting old. And that's your, like, I guess last old bright or bald spot, I should say. I'm terrible at jokes. And you guys might be asking, wait, but there's guys like Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. The only reason why I haven't named those guys, and I forgot about Darius Garland for a sec, which I'll get into, but I mean, Colin Sexton, there's a really good chance he would have to be involved in this trade because Ben Simmons is very well. But the thing is that Ben Simmons is set in his own ways, and I don't think he's gonna switch from point guard to a forward like he honestly should. So it would make no sense to keep Colin Sexton if you're getting Ben Simmons as a point guard. So Colin Sexton would be good. Now, Darius Garland is a 6th man, and he's really good though. In fact, he's actually pretty close with Ben Simmons in clutch sports. And I know I did mention Kevin Love earlier, but there's also a possible rumor that he could be involved in that trade. So it would probably be someone like Colin Sexton, Kevin Love, maybe a 1st round pick, and like some other guy on the team. Now, that was the worst option, I feel like, in my opinion, but the best option I think for Ben Simmons is going to Minnesota. Listen, now Minnesota did already say they're not willing to give up any of their stars, which does have people like D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and people like that. But let's keep in mind that they still, if they get Ben Simmons, right, and they don't trade any of those guys, that's 4 really good players. And if Anthony Edwards ends up becoming like a superstar or something, is there a really good chance that this becomes a super team just with Ben Simmons being the final piece that they needed? Because for some reason, Minnesota is not a playoff contending team like they really should be. Now, a key reason why Ben Simmons has not been traded yet is because of Daryl Morey, and that Daryl Morey keeps raising his price, and he's trying to get something that's not exactly good for other teams, because why would other teams want to give up so much for Ben Simmons, who shrunk in the NBA playoffs, who couldn't even be on the court when it was time for clutch time? Like, Ben Simmons was an offensive liability, and he was a liability on the court, so why would you even trade that much for him? And Ben is honestly losing a lot of money because he's not reporting to training camp, so it's definitely gonna happen that he is going to be traded. But my question is, like, why are you even trying to raise his price? Why are you asking for so much? If someone gave you a 2nd round pick for Ben Simmons, you might as well just take that 2nd round pick at this point. It's useless. Ben's not even gonna report to training camp, then what's the point in keeping him around? He clearly doesn't want to be there, and you guys don't even want him. So I don't know why they keep trying to like raise his price and trying to keep him there, because he clearly doesn't want to be there. I mean, no one wants to be there in Philadelphia right now with Ben Simmons there. When your own coach and Doc Rivers said like, oh, I don't even know if he can be the starting point guard of a championship winning team, that's crazy to me. Like, that would hurt me. I would never want to play for that team again, like ever. However, I would like to know, and the Philadelphia 76ers have made this clear to Ben Simmons, that it's not their job to essentially raise his trade value. And I mean, they're absolutely right. Why is it their job to raise his trade value when he's the sole reason why his trade value got lowered? It seems like months when this whole Ben Simmons situation has been going on, because, well, it has been months. Like, we've seen months of constantly of thinking, oh, Ben Simmons is going to get traded today, he'll get traded this week and next week. To be completely honest now, I don't know when he's going to get traded. I have no idea. I've been saying this because for some reason, no team can come up with a price for Ben Simmons, because Russell Westbrook, someone we kind of thought was going to get traded, people came up with a price for him really quick. There have been certain players during this offseason like, oh, we got to trade for him just like that. No one can come up with a good trade for Ben Simmons. If you were going to place a bet on this trade, honestly, I don't think you're winning like anything. Like, I don't think that anyone could predict where Ben Simmons is going to go. For all we know, he could go to like the goddamn Sacramento Kings, which, like I said in the past, would actually be a pretty good trade. But regardless, I don't know where Ben Simmons is going to go, and to be completely honest, I don't know if if these are the two teams that he's going to get traded to. If a random team, let's say Indiana, who did make a trade for him at one point, came up with a really good trade that involved like TJ Warren and Malcolm Brogdon, they make the trade, bam, honestly I could see that happening. Now Ben, he did limit his options, but I really do still think that he wants to go to the Warriors. And even though I thought Portland would have been a good option and maybe trading like CJ McCollum, they're not going to make any moves with that, which I don't exactly know why. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. I want to thank you guys so much for the latest support on the last video I made about the Kevin Durant body transformation. Now I need to give a quick little disclaimer about something I guess on that video. I didn't talk about in the video obviously because I didn't realize it till after, and I actually do want to apologize if you're a new subscriber that saw that video. And I do need to say something though, that on the video that it wasn't clickbait, but the picture on the, I believe it was on the right of like a Kevin Durant's body transformation, that was on several articles of like Overtime and Clutch Points, who are very credible sources and saying Kevin Durant new body transformation. And when I saw that and I looked into the article, it said nothing about being fake or photoshopped or whatever, and I was like, okay, like that's kind of crazy to me. I thought it was kind of crazy myself, which even then the video I was like super gassed about. I'm like, there's no way this is actually true. So that's why I like put that thumbnail up. I didn't even know that it was actually photoshopped, and then I'm like I'm looking at it and thinking about it, and then I did a lot more research, which I should have done in the first place, which I didn't end up doing. And it turns out, yeah, that picture is like way out of proportion, it is completely photoshopped, and that's my apologies. I wasn't trying to spread any false information. I've been making these plays about body transformations and how these players, you know, growing during the off season, and I love to make those types of videos because I feel like that not only do I just talk about the player themselves, but I talk about the team and how well they can get from this transformation. I remember when I started watching NBA YouTubers, you know what I'm saying, like guys like the Flight Mike, and they would like clickbait the hell out of video, and I'd be like, bro, are you kidding me right now? Like, putting like misleading titles or misleading thumbnails, and I would never want to do that. So I do apologize for that. I take full accountability. I'm going to change the thumbnail later on today so we don't get any like of a mix-up. I was going to do yesterday, but I did fall asleep. But like I said, if you are a new subscriber from that video, or you just checked out my content, thank you so much. Anyways, like I said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day. Take care. Peace. If you have made it to the end of the video, here are two videos on the screen that I think you guys will really enjoy. Anyways, cue the outro.